Since my first video about green giants got such good feedback, I made this follow-up video. I went to all the places you saw in the first video in person to show you what the green giants look like up close. This is the first group of green giants I showed from 2013 to 2019. Now is 2021. It's early spring, so they haven't put on their new growth for the year yet. But they did become greener. 1 month earlier, they looked like this, a little less green. It's hard to capture how big they are on camera. All of the green giants you'll see in this video are growing in the northeast part of the United States. You could tell this is a neighbor who cares about his privacy, as well as the adjacent public sidewalk area. These are on a slope situated towards the bottom of it, which means they get plenty of water when it rains, but not too much. It's able to drain away into the sidewalk and street. Taller trees near them are like bookends, which kind of block some of the morning and late afternoon sun. Other than that, they get direct sunlight all day, including the strongest hot afternoon sunlight. If you're lucky, it might take about 3 years to get really good privacy, or 4 or 5 years. This might sound like a really long time, but in tree time, this is considered fast, especially when you take into account you're getting natural, evergreen, year-round privacy. Thuja green giants are excellent screening plants in the right environment. For those of us who live in the north, we have less options than our southern neighbors. However, we still have options like viburnums, which are deer-resistant and fast-growing even though they lose their leaves in the winter. Their branching structure can be quite dense. Also, you can get pretty white flowers in spring. This viburnum has been growing for many years before we moved here. It was never pruned and it took on a tree form. Pruned or unpruned, they're still going to be much more informal than a green giant. Another fast-growing option is dappled willow, but it does need maintenance, and I think you have to be careful around planting near a pool or water pipes. By the way, green giants have a really nice smell when you brush up against them. They don't smell like pine trees. To me, they smell sweet. They smell like bubble gum. Okay, let's check out the second group in Google's time machine. These face north, unlike the ones you just saw, which faced south. Because the trees behind them block a good deal of sun, these trees aren't as tall as the other ones, and they're not as dense. Still, they look pretty good. This one is probably doing so bad because it's planted in a mature tree's root zone and probably gets even more shade than the others. Who knows, maybe a deer got to it too. Unlike the first ones we saw, these green giants are not mulched. The slope here is much steeper than the other one, so mulch would be even more helpful. Something tells me nobody is giving them additional water either. Considering all the challenges, these green giants are holding up well. No wonder they're so popular. Before we get to the third group of green giants, I just want to show you something really quickly. You can look in your neighborhood too at plants and trees using Google Maps. You can drop this little guy almost anywhere and find some green giants. To find out if there are different years, you just go over here and press on Street View, and then you'll see some different years if there are any. Deer resistant? More like deer can't resist eating them. At least for the winter, we had to protect our green giants. Maybe a more accurate sign would be not deer preferred. They're definitely better than emerald greens though. Or azaleas. That was a planting mistake I made. But I digress. It's springtime right now, and these green giants are selling at Home Depot for $120. Sugar and spice. Not as big and nice as a green giant, though. What's this, a junior green giant? 20 feet high is still pretty tall. And from what I've read, they don't grow as fast as the regular green giants. It's pretty cool that they create these cultivars. There's something for everyone. Okay, now, let's go check out the third group of green giants using Google's time machine again. A grand entrance has been created by the green giants. A soft, natural grand entrance. Imagine driving through these to home sweet home in privacy. In this video, the right side is the west side, and on that side is a wooded area with trees that put these green giants in shade towards the end of the day. Despite that, both rows of green giants are getting enough sun to be happy. Maybe the row on the left is slightly happier than the one on the right. Also on the right side row, you could tell there's been a bit of pruning, perhaps a bit too harshly, but maybe it'll be fine and just needs time to recover. I should go before someone thinks I'm doing something weird over here. Let's go check out the next batch of green giants. Here the green giants make an appearance in 2015. Here is another angle. Again, these green giants don't get every hour of sunlight out of the day, but they get plenty of sun to be happy, and they're growing really well. The only issue with these green giants is they don't stop growing when you're happy with their size.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
And that's what this homeowner's been doing. He's been maintaining the size he wants. It may seem that they're very thin, the sun is shining through them, but they really are dense enough to provide privacy, even though they're so heavily pruned. The owner has his own business, so he uses his own workers to prune them every year. I'm not sure if it's an expert pruning or not. Either way, they seem to be doing really well. Here they are on a cloudy day. I think as long as you don't prune past the green growth, it should always grow back. Even though I've stood right next to them, I couldn't tell you exactly how far apart they're planted. My best guess is 7 feet. I can't be sure though, because they've grown so full, it might give the illusion that they're closer than they are. Okay, well I hope this video was of some help to you, and thank you so much for those wonderful comments you left in the other one, and the thumbs up, I really appreciate it. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button, and hopefully I'll do more updates soon. Thanks.